Well, I know you believed that you could be here and that you would make it to this point, but you're here. So what's the feeling right now, knowing one step away from being in the UFC?
The feeling feels great. I feel blessed. I just feel I'm just in the moment. I'm just taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, and I knew I was going to be here. I knew this was all going to happen. I knew this was all going to come to fruition, and then I just put the work in, and you reap the rewards.
Talk to me about the experience itself. I mean, obviously you had a little bit of inside knowledge of what to expect, but I guess how did it play out versus what you thought? Was it enjoyable? Was it difficult? What did you think of it?
Oh man, it was all of the above. It was enjoyable. I mean, you get free food. You get to order the best foods. You can order whatever you can think of. Organic steak, put it on the list. You order it, they'll get it to you. And yeah, it was nerve-wracking. You might potentially fight your roommates. You're sleeping in the same room with these guys that you're gonna fight. You're keeping one eye open. It's just the nerves, the mind, the process. You lose, you're out. You win, you keep going. It was really a test of will. It was test of will. It was test of your heart, your determination, and I just stayed focused. I just stayed true to myself. I kept my game plan, no matter who tried to interrupt that, distract me, everything. I just stayed focused, man, and I'm just very, very blessed to be here.
Nice. Now you're here in the finals and facing, a teammate. I mean, somebody you're very familiar with, right? I mean, you've trained together before. So I guess, is that a good thing, a bad thing? Do you think it helps that you're familiar with them, or does it kind of make it more difficult? What do you think about the situation?
It's another fight. It's the only thing about it is we've had a couple sparring rounds. You trained. That's it. But training and fighting are two different things. When I go train somebody, I'm not trying to take their head off like when I'm in the actual octagon. It's a different energy that you have to have. And I'm excited. I know, like he said, that he knows my tendencies. I know his tendencies. It's going to be a good fight. We both went back with our respected coaches and put the work in for us to be here. And I'm just excited to get in there and compete and leave it all out there in the cage.
You get to the UFC, the comparisons to your brother, they're going to be there all along. I mean, do you welcome that? Like, is that nice to be associated with that? Or do you hope people will say, hey, let me have my own journey. Let me have my own path.
I mean, I love it. He's Usman. It's our last name. I'm here because of my brother, for the aspect of he started fighting before me. I had to put the work in to get here. Fighting is fighting. It's not, Kamaru's your brother, now let's just push you up here. You're the Ultimate Fighter finale. You don't have to fight these two hard monsters that are coming in at 265 pounds to be here. We'll just put you here because your brother's Kamaru Usman. That's false. Everything about fighting is yourself. That's why I love it so much, because as much as people speak about my brother, that's why I love it, because I'm still the one that have to go out here and compete and have to fight and have to win for you guys to even be up here and talk crap to me and tell me about my brother. If I don't win, I'm not even getting up here and looking at you guys right now. Tell me about my brother. So what does that tell you? I have to go out here and win for you to even give me another, you compared to your brother? Oh, thank you, I won. So yes, if I'm winning, I'm doing great. I'm getting the job done. I'm going to the next level of MMA, of fighting, and that's all it's about, man. I'm just very blessed to be in this moment. I'm blessed to have great coaches like my head coach, Coach Jake, Coach Justin, Coach Peter, all these guys, my teammates, Grant Neal, Archie Kogan. I'm just so blessed to have these guys in my life that have just believed in me from day one and knew that I could be here. And I'm just ready to really just leave it all out in the octagon and go to hell.
Awesome, man. Well, there's one step left to go. I'm sure you've been thinking about this fight, playing it out in your mind. So ultimately, how do you think this thing goes? I mean, is this something that you can go in and maybe get some kind of dominant victory early, or is this one going to be kind of a back and forth 15-minute? What kind of fight do we see?
This fight, I see it going everywhere I want it to go. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to completely dominate this guy in every aspect of MMA. Whatever he thinks he can do, I'm going to do better. I'm going to hit him harder. I'm going to be quicker than him. I'm going to be faster than him. If he wants to grapple, I love grappling. If you look at my record, my first couple fights, all I knew was grappling. I couldn't even throw a punch. I just was grabbing people. So now that I know how to strike, they all think that's what I can do. But, I put everything together. I'm just going to be a complete MMA mixed martial artist in there. And I'm going to go out there and get my hand raised, because this is my destiny. This is my goals. I knew I was going to be here. God gave me the abilities to be here. And I'm just ready to go out here and show the world.
Hey, Muhammad. Was there anything on the show that they left out that you were like, as you were rewatching, you're like, oh, that didn't happen?
The only thing I could say they left out was me cold tubbing. I did the cold ice bath more than I think anybody. I think they said in Ultimate Fighter history. I would order at least 15 to 20 bags of ice every day, and after training, I would literally sit in that ice bath every night. And honestly, it was one of the best things. And the cameras were always there, but they never put that in the show. So I was like, oh man, y'all left my ice baths out? I was like, that's so yeah. For everything else was pretty good, man. I loved every minute of just being on the show and just being there, waking up every morning and going outside in the backyard and kind of just smelling the air, like what Coach Jermaine used to say: close your eyes and just listen and identify the things you can hear, and just kind of meditate to myself. So I would go in the backyard by the pool and close my eyes and just start meditating and like okay, a hummingbird, just start identifying things in my mind that I hear, and just being in the moment and just being present, and that really helped me just really soak up every moment of being an Ultimate Fighter and just competing.
Zach was in here earlier, and he said that he knew it was going to be you two in the finals. Did you feel the same way?
I actually wanted to fight him in the show, but he had a lucky break actually by being on the same team with me. Because if he wasn't, if you watch the show, these guys were gunning for me right away from day one. The Mitchell Seep guy, and then even gunning for me day one. It wasn't even a competition. It was just like, I hate this guy. And I was like, who are you? And then to backdoor, and then I fought the number one pick in Eduardo. So I'm here because I earned this right. I worked hard. Guys got fights, here and there. That every fight is hard because it's a fight. But I had to go through the toughest guys, in my opinion, in the house besides myself to be here. So I earned every step of this, and I'm ready to kick the door down into the UFC.
Speaking of that Mitchell Seip guy, on the show it seemed like he really got under your skin. Did he?
Oh man, I was so focused on the goal that when he started doing all those things, it went past just what you guys were seeing. It's different when you're in the house with this guy. Like right before we train, we're getting ready to go on a bus. He's walking up to me. Yeah, man, you better work on that striking. You better work on your boxing. I come home. I'm cooking a steak. Yeah, man. Are you doing what you need to, huh? I'm like, let me just cook my steak in peace, man. I just want to eat a steak. What is it? So yeah, he definitely did. And like I was telling my brother, I was dreaming about this guy, I'm sleeping and having dreams about this guy. Like I'm waking up thinking I just punched somebody in the face. I'm like, oh man, Mitchell Seep. And I love that. I love that rush. I love that adrenaline that he gave me. And I feel the same thing with Zach because, after the show, guys are just talking and saying a lot of things that you didn't say on the show. It's just another step in our life, man. It's another step in our journeys. And I respect Zach. I respect his coach. I respect everything about the guy. But I'm going to beat him up come Saturday because, when it comes to being in here and doing this, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to talk crap about a guy. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to compete and I'm going to win. And that's all my focus is on. I'm not focused on anything else but winning. And that's when come Saturday, that's what I'm going to do.
I asked Kamaru about you guys sharing a card together, and he was kind of indifferent about it. Like, he was like he'd be down, but like he felt like he'd be too nervous, and he likes you in the corner because you're his hype man.
Yeah.
Would you like to share a card with Kamaru?
I actually kind of feel the same way, because it'll be one of those things where we could kind of tell our kids, and our kids that, your dad and your uncle fought on the same card together. But I'm the same way. As much as I'm his hype man, I'm the most nervous person in life when he's fighting. That's why I'm like that, because it's just coming out of me. It's, and it's like I absorb his energy, and because he's so focused, but he wants to be hype, but it's like it's so controlled that he gives it to me. So then I start yelling, and he's looking at me like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, you want me to keep yelling? And I go to the hotel room, and my voice is gone. I'm like, you got me. I'm yelling for you and me. So, it's one of those things that I love being in his corner. I love just being on this journey with him since from our first fight in Nebraska, Kearney, when he fought. I was on a journey with him, and I love it. I love everything about fighting. I love everything about being in my brother's corner, and I know he does too. He's a little different than me. He won't yell or anything in my corner because he's having a heart attack. But he definitely gives me his energy just by looking at me. I know what he wants me to do. I know what he the goal, and I just go out there and execute.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So you going to be here on Saturday?
Huh?
Will he be here?
Yes, he will. Thank you, guys.